Alright, so in the last video we talked about Blackboard. We talked about here's your Access WebAssign button underneath assignments along with your vocab quizzes. So now let's kind of explore this Access WebAssign. And so when you click on this, it's going to take you to WebAssign. You are already enrolled in the course. Your name's going to be on here, whether you have to put in a code. If you've never taken an online DMA with us, you're going to have to enter that WebAssign code. There is a trial period. So if you don't have the code yet, you can go ahead and get started. But if you already have a code, you should be in. There should be nothing for you to do. So whether you're in the 801 or 803 section, the assignments are the same. I'm going to go into a student view so y'all can see how to get to things and what to do. And so this will pop up. You can continue my trial period, so I'm going to do that. But again, some of you should be able to go ahead and go into it without this because you've already had an online DMA. So the code you got for that is good for all of the DMA courses. So here are your assignments. There is a lecture, there is a reading, and there is a quiz. All of these are good practice in preparation for your test. There's similar questions that you're going to see on the test. They're questions that are in the book. So you're going to see the lecture, a reading, and a quiz. So with the lecture, you can click on it, but before you can go into the integers, it says you have to have an 80% or higher on the lecture before you can do the reading. And before you take the quiz, which is this thing that you have to have a 90% or higher on, just like the vocab quiz is, you have to have an 80% or higher on the reading to do that. So you go through each one of these and knock those out. Your textbook is down here. So the same physical textbook that some of you have, some people want to touch, a textbook. Otherwise, there is one provided for you online. And it's the exact same textbook that of the hard copy. So this will help you with your vocab and look at any additional practice problems that you want to see. But when you get into the textbook, it's loading. We're with the O&O, so that's that first one. And here is the different sections that we're going to. So we have 11 sections that we're covering in this 5 weeks. So that is a resource to you, is the book. Also, if you scroll down at the bottom, there's resources down here. And in these resources, for like operations with integers, the O&O, that's what our class is, there are lecture videos that will give you instruction on that section. So these are done by the WebAssign people and the publisher, the book publisher. But I want you to be aware there's these, which are great videos, and then there's also the ones that I showed you under Blackboard and course content that I've made that kind of go over some problems and work some problems out by hand. So you have these videos, you have the videos that I've produced, you have the textbook, and you have the assignments. So these assignments, you need to have, the quiz has to be a 90% or higher. The lecture and reading have to be an 80% or higher. But you have to have a 90% on each one of these quizzes, each one of the quizzes, before you're allowed to take the final exam. Also on here, there is a place when you're doing some of the problems that you can email your instructor. And so use that button. I'll check that every day just to see if students are asking questions. So please make sure when you're doing the homework, where that Ask My Instructor button pops up, please click on it so I can assist you and see exactly which problem you're having trouble with.